Divinitas salutaras, vertebras libertas.
Hello everybody and welcome back once again to a long overdue session of Rome Remastered. Okay, so I was supposed to bring this to you on Friday, but hell, real life got in the way. I ended up finishing work an hour and a half later than I had planned, and that meant that I didn't have enough time to record the session before going out for the evening. And I was also busy all day yesterday being Saturday, so I have now had to record the session today, so sorry about that, but hey, these things happen, don't they? So I'm going to not even give you any introductions here. We need to crack straight on with stuff because I'm going to bring you as much content this session as I can, and there's a lot to do. A lot's going off on the campaign map at the moment, so let's get to it and see what transpires. Starting here in the Wild West. Yes, Iberia, forces marching down towards Cordoba, it seems. A fairly semi-decently sized army. It's probably got a few units that aren't quite full, because this bar isn't full and it's a full stack, so it leads me to think some of these are half units, but whatever. It's still it's still a frightening proposition. What are we going to do about this? Well, this is what the plan is. The young whippersnapper, Zeuxis Lixus, is going to cut his teeth in a very pivotal moment. He's going to return to Cordoba and defend it against the onslaught of Mr. Luco, the faction heir of the Spanish people. 2,000 of his men. There's 1,800 here. We have the benefit of the wall, so it should be not too shabby a chance for us to keep this. But anyway, we'll have to see how Zixus does, because he is being sent back by Theopanus to defend Cordoba at all costs. So he hot-foots it back to Cordoba. On the way, we may well recruit some Spanish mercenary units in the next turn, just to give us a little bit of skirmishing potential. We can throw our javelins from behind the walls to weaken the enemy. I think that could be a good thing to do, just to bolster the defences that little bit further. It's going to be a gift from me. That one wasn't requested, but I think I'll do that anyway. I want to give Zixus the best chance to not die. So that's going to be the plan with him. Let's see if they do indeed come down south to Cordoba. And that leaves Mr. Theopanus to continue on with the original plan, which was to attack Carthago Nova. So let's get that done, shall we? Engage the enemy indeed. Just a nice amble, a nice scenic stroll through this Iberian countryside before we then lay siege and show our hand. Now, they've got horses, they've got one set of infantry, they've got some dogs and a family member. We don't have the potential to assault at the moment, so we shall build the potential. We shall build some rams and lay siege, and then we shall attack in the next turn. The reason why we're going to attack rather than waiting out is because... How do we maintain the siege? There you go. It's because we have the benefit of these lovely Balearic slingers, so we can actually really pepper the enemy from afar, weaken them, and then pretty much ride in and do as we please. We've got the spearmen to take on their family member. With horse units, so we got a decent army to counter what they've got in here, so we can assault this place without too much of a problem. So that's what we're going to do in the next turn. Swoohoo! We were off and running already. Okay, so that's the situation in Iberia, pretty much sorted. Cordoba is building, of course, the governor's palace and all that kind of stuff. So before we move any further forward, I'm just going to quickly outline the plan for the ships. The overall goal for the ships. We have a master of ships Marrow is the master of ships in the Supreme Council, and he has put down his kind of plan for what he wants the fleets to achieve. There are two types of fleets. Or there are going to be two types of fleets. There are going to be shield fleets, and the shield fleets will be the fleets that are responsible for defending our ports. Because this situation, this blockading of our port nonsense, it cannot be allowed to continue. So the shield fleets, a small fleet of say 3 biremes, is going to be scattered across the map in key locations, in key areas to defend against port blockades, and they are the shield fleets, to keep our waterways open for trade. This cuts into our income. So that's the first thing. So there's going to be shield fleets. And then there's going to be sword fleets. And the sword fleets are, of course, the attacking arm of our navy. Rather than just defending, they're going to go on attack mode, blockading enemy ports to support our war effort, taking down enemy fleets in the water that may be transporting troops, or just attacking enemy fleets that are just causing a nuisance. So the shield fleets are the defensive arm, the sword fleets are the attacking arm. So there's a plan to get that up and running. It's slightly complicated, so I'll just go through it one at a time as and when we get an opportunity to do something. But the first opportunity is going to present itself here when Admiral Jubal returns to Cordoba in the next turn and gets reinforced with 2 further biremes. This will then become the shield fleet here. The Heracles shield fleet, which will then hopefully take care of any situations like this in the future and keep our ports open. So that's to be done in the next turn. So that's that. Alright, Cirta is building a city barracks, or was building a city barracks before the order was cancelled. And instead, the leader, Hasdrubal, has decreed that the situation in the seas is most dire indeed, and therefore priority in terms of funding and priority in terms of building, where necessary, is going to be turned to strengthening our lot in the waters to support our land affairs, and therefore the order has been given here to instead go and build a shipwright, so we can build triremes here. We can recruit triremes to support the naval effort instead. So that is the change of plan there. Parma is upgrading in the next turn. The Governor's Villa will be finished in the next turn, and we'll see what happens with that. But again, a port may well be the preference to start things off for the trade and, of course, for the ship building. Okay, Demidi, that's fine. He's always an orange face. I'm still debating whether to recruit another set of troops here to help that. If it goes to a red face, maybe we will. Nepta is obviously down there, and he's just doing lovely jubbly. Right, next port of call. Corralis here. Corralis. Bizaltes is laying siege and is going to starve out the Roman dogs. They ran cowardly into their settlement. They're trying to lure us in, are they? They want to fight on their terms. We don't fight on their terms. We fight on our terms. And we want to watch them slowly but surely starve to death. And see if they come out of their hidey hole. So, 3 turns. Let's see what happens. Will they surrender? Will they sally forth and have a last gasp attempt to stop us? We shall soon see. We shall admire and smile as they waste away behind their lovely walls. Maybe even the former Carthaginians in the land that still remain in Corralis might even turn on their Roman masters when they see who's outside the gates waiting to welcome them with our loving arms. So that's the situation there. And as we know, we've got a couple of battles soon to happen. Now, is there anything else this turn that I need to do? We've got 144 profits, so there's one thing that I'm going to do here. In line with the request from our new Master of Whisperers, we are going to recruit a spy. Bear with me here. We're going to recruit a spy in Cordoba for counter-spying. Enemy spies are rife in our lands and they cause unrest, so we need to counter-spy to oust them to keep our population happy. We can't allow the enemy to spread malicious lies in our lands. So we're going to recruit a spy here, whilst we have a bit of spare coin, to do some counter-spying reconnaissance, and also we might just push the boat out and do it this turn. We also want a spy recruiting in Messana, which will then be sent to the Rome Capua area to keep an eye on the situation up here. We're a bit blind up here. We can see what's happening down here, but not up here. So we're gonna rectify that now and send up a spy that way. There we go. So 2 new spies to add to our roster, and that sorts out the spy situation in relation to new spies. The current spy that we have down here, Theopoprides, is actually going to enter Croton. He's got a 100% chance of getting in there. And just kind of using it as a training exercise, but also it could cause some unrest for the Brutii and gives us an eyeball on what's happening specifically in this area. We can properly see, so we'll keep him in there for now. And likewise, the other spy, before we attack Lepsis Magna, we're going to send him in. He might open the gates, give us that extra bit of reconnaissance that we need. And again, this is a 100% chance of success. There we go. So that's the spy situation sorted, courtesy of the Master of Whisperers. So that's stuff that we can do now. Anything else? Anything else? Admiral Baffy, yes. Yeah, very good, very good. Right, there's nothing else I don't think that we can do this turn.
Aye, great lord.
Our ships have moved.
Ships ready.
Okay, Admiral Balishek, bear with me, is going to temporarily be the shield defensive fleet for the Sicilian area to protect Messana and Syracuse. It's only temporary because we are going to recruit a specific fleet for that, but for the time being it is kind of sat here, so that's fine. Right, excellent. Okay, I think that's everything this turn. Can't think of anything else I need to do. If there is, well then I'll rectify it in the next one. But the next turn is the pivotal turn. The next turn there's going to be several battles and hopefully new settlements abound. So let's go and crack on. The Brutii fleets at war with the fleets of Sicily. We've recruited a spy in Messana, so this Scipii spy shouldn't cause too much problems, I'm hoping. There's a few ships of the enemy just floating about, so we're just going to check those out, make sure they've got enough armies on them in the next turn here. Oh. Ooh. The enemy seems to be amassing a few units around Lepsis Magna. And then they're taking units out as well. We've got elephants, so we can attack Lepsis Magna pretty much straight away. So the fact that they're taking their units out is actually interesting because it makes our job capturing the settlement really easy. And look at this! Oh! Oh my god. Things are Zixus Lixus. Oh, the Macedon have been destroyed. Oh dear. Who cares about them? We've got problems of our own, my friends. City expands. Thapsus, we'll deal with that. Oh. I thought that was Hasdrubal for a second there. Everybody alert, our diplomat supremo in the north. He'd gone all the way across the land. He's finally kicked the bucket, and he didn't quite get the trade with the Armenians, I don't think. He didn't, did he? Oh no. Poor chappie. Okay. Okay. Oh, new family member. Face. Who is he? And they're back at, yeah, the Romans are back at war with the Greeks. Shock horror. Shock horror indeed. Okay, let's just get our bearings here because there's a few things that have happened. First of all, let's see the new family member, priorities and all that. Where are we? Where is he? Is it a he? Is it a she? I bet it's the edges again. Theatres is getting his freak on, man. Right. Oh no, it's Bommelcar. Oh, Bommelcar, new daughter, Thace. Look at that. 4 kids, Bommelcar. You're doing very well. You're doing very well indeed. We like it. Okay, so that's the first piece of good news. And that's probably where the good news ends, to be honest with you. because in addition to the fact that the Spanish are amassing at our very gates, the situation has just got a whole lot worse, because although we're not formally at war with the Gauls yet, the fact that they have landed a full stack army on our shores as well is a very, very frightening proposition. Because if they were to launch an attack together, well, we're screwed, basically. Zixus, if you're watching this right now, you're probably cacking your pants as you consider the fact that your character may be in a bit of trouble. Let's just take a quick look at the diplomacy screen to see what the situation is between the Spanish and the Gauls. Are they allied? Where's the Spanish? Yes, they are. Are they going to attack together? Holy shoot bags. Right. Priorities, priorities, priorities. I've got only 3,000 to spend. People want buildings, people want ships, you know, but ultimately we want to survive. So I'm going to spend our coin on strengthening our lot in life here. So first of all, before we get attacked in the next turn, let's recruit another infantry unit to get that sorted. In addition to that, we're going to also recruit another one of you and a couple of you. I mean, I could go for the whole kit and caboodle, to be honest with you, but I mean, Jesus, that is quite a lot of coin. But we're probably going to need it. We're probably going to need it. We're going to need it. Okay, so we are in. We are in. We are ready. We are almost fully stacked. It has taken all of our turn expenditure, like, but hey. And I mean, we were going to build an upgraded stone wall next, but I don't think we're going to get to build that before the attack. So we'll leave that for this turn and see what happens with the enemy. How are they going to attack us? Are they going to attack together? Are they going to attack? Are they going to turn away because we're now too powerful? I don't know. It's all ifs, buts, and maybes. We certainly can't bribe them. We don't have the coin. So it's a tough one. It really is a very, very tough situation. But we've done all we can, and we just have to play the old waiting game when it comes to Cordoba. Very, very shaky times lay ahead. Right. We do want to actually recruit some ships here as well. But again, that's going to have to wait for the time being to see what happens, because we would prefer to get the extra unit in the garrison. So the shield fleet down here is going to have to wait for the time being. We could maybe recruit it from... Can you recruit a fleet in a blockaded port? Could recruit them here, possibly, but we'll have to wait for now. So the situation down here is looking a little bit shaky. As soon as we decided to expand our horizons, it seems that the enemy have noticed that and tried to counterattack, to distract us, to take us down whilst we are, elsewhere. Very clever indeed. But anyway, let's forget that for now. We'll launch our attack on Carthago Nova at the end of the turn. Let's just make sure that everything else is ticking over nicely. Palma, we do want to get a port here, but again, our money has been kind of taken up with the situation over here, so we'll have to hang fire. Maybe when we occupy a couple of settlements in this turn with the battles and with the sacking or potential extermination planned for Cyrene, we'll have a bit of spare coin to finish off the turn, so that should be quite handy. So we may get our buildings and ships at the end of the turn once we've dealt with the settlements that we're about to attack. Lepsis Magna, interesting situation down there, so we'll deal with that in a second. They're still getting starved out, so right. everything else. Just want to check a couple of things. Okay, so there's no units on that one. And there's no units on that one. So, don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, well, we can start to move some of our fleets around into their defensive positions and get the fleet sorted, but that's not really the priority right this minute. The priority is let's take down 3 settlements. We've got Carthago Nova. We have got Lepsis Magna. We have got Cyrene, all about to fall. They should fall if everything goes according to plan, so let's get that show on the road. And we're going to start, rather than west to east, we're going to start from east to west. Why not? Let's have a bit of a change. So here we have the situation. This one is probably going to be auto-resolved, to be honest with you. Mainly because we don't have any units here that we're too bothered about losing men in, such as slingers, barrack slingers or elephants. And we should be able to win this fairly easily. So let's do it. Let's get a quick save going in case something goes horribly wrong. But we now launch our attacks. Cyrene, the first to fall. To Bomilcar, who's buoyed by the news of a new child. Okay, well, not just yet, because we have to, of course, we have to build the rams. Oh damn. Got a bit ahead of myself there. Okay, fine. Next turn we'll do it. Next turn. Whatever you say. Right, okay, so this is an interesting situation. So Admiral Admetos, who's just dropped him off, he is going to go back to be the Tyrian sword fleet, I believe. It's going to be repurposed with 3 biremes and 2 triremes. And then it's going to go and harass the Scipii in their waters. So basically he's been tasked with leaving Bomilcar down there, and he's coming back to Thapsus. Oh, he's there. I wonder what happened. I thought, where's he gone? Where's he gone? I thought, if I clicked the wrong fleet. So he's coming back here. He will be repurposed, and then he will be sent to attack the Scipii, or at least harass the Scipii. Kind of round about here, I think, is the plan. So that's fine. So okay, next port of call as we move further to the west then is Theodecalus. Will he be able to land and attack the settlement this turn? I'm hoping so, but I'm thinking maybe not. I would rather be able to attack this now, without the reinforcements coming in, preferably. I mean, they're only slingers. We could actually take them out in the field, but they will run. So, and if we can't attack this turn, they're going to. I don't think we're going to make it this turn. We're going to have to try though. So let's try it. Let's do it.
Aye, my lord. Disembark.
Oh come on,
Mighty
please.
general.
Please. Oh no, he's not going to do it this turn. Which means they're going to now go back and fall back into there, which is a pain in the arse. I'm thinking maybe we should have just put our ships there and not got off. Maybe they would have stayed. Now that we're on the land, maybe they're going to counter this threat.
Mighty general. We can't do that, sire.
Aye. Okay, so the plans aren't quite 100%
Ships ready.
foolproof. Right, Admiral Himmelcar will sort himself out in the next turn. Damn it, blast station. So things aren't going quite so smoothly, it seems, to start with. There's a few little hiccups, a few little bumps in the road, shall we say? But hey, let's hopefully get some positive news now as we launch an attack on Carthago Nova. We could auto-resolve, but given that we've got some of these lovely slingers, which I'm sure the AI will throw away needlessly, I think we need to fight this on the map. Righty-ho, back from my breakfast. Nice bacon and egg sandwich. Okay, so we ain't going to be able to hit these guys, are we? Because of this wall. They're too close to the wall. Is what the crux of the matter is. So what we're going to have to do instead is we're going to have to create some breaches so that they can get the rocks through the breaches. So perhaps a bash down of the wall there, a bash down of the wall here, and a bash down of the gates, which They don't have any slinger capability, so we should be fine. The only thing we have to worry about, of course, is these towers, especially when we go and bash down the walls here. But hey, it's a sacrifice we need to make. I think it will benefit us in the long run, so we'll get that done. I'll spare you the slow process of that happening, and we'll skip ahead to when the walls are breached and we can start slinging our rocks through the breach. Back in a second. Okay, so we already have. No. Halt! You're killing your own men, you idiots! You damn fools! Come back. Okay, so as you can see, we have the gates bashed down, which created a bit of an opening for the slingers to throw their rocks through. And look at the damage they've already done. Look at all the bloody carnage already just from one couple of volleys. So we're just going to keep them off fire at will for now. Get the rest of these walls down, and then we shall let them fire at will, hopefully causing absolute devastation to the enemy ranks. We're just going to pull these guys a bit further across this way to get a better shot on these. So we're going to move these guys a little bit closer. Gonna get you guys a little bit closer as well.
And the gods smile upon you. The enemy walls are breached.
There we go. This is what we like to see. Enemy walls breached. Just kind of get you guys there. The best thing about this entire thing is the fact that the towers didn't attack our soldiers. Pull you guys back for now. Pull you guys back for now. Right, slingers are ready. Fire at will! Bring carnage down upon the enemy with your rocks of death. Here we go. That's what I like to see. Look at that. Oh, Iberian infantry suffering already. They're all scattering to the four corners now. Oh, look at them run. Look at them run. In chaos and fear. Oh, what's happening? Oh, these rocks are they're very sharp. Very sharp. They're killing us all. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We like what we're seeing. We like what we are seeing. This is just now a patient thing. This is a patience thing. We're not going to go through these walls at all until we are happy that we have expended as much as we possibly can in weakening the enemy. You know, our time in Iberia is going to be tough, as we are just witnessing. Poor old Zixus is beset on all sides by Gauls and Iberians alike. And therefore we need to preserve every last man in this fight, because they could be the key. It could be the difference between life and death, and that's not being dramatic. That is a fact, my friends. That is a fact. We're going to bring forward pretty much the rest of the infantry. Iberian infantry, barbarian mercs. We're going to bring them forward here. Bring the rest of you guys forward as well. Bring you forward. Bring horses forward. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Slinging those lovely rocks again. Round shield cav. Getting a face full. Through the gates. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. That warhounds battered. The cavalry bruised. This is the benefits of these guys. These slingers are just so good. So good. Any army that contains these has a real good advantage, especially in situations like this where you can control what they're doing. When it's an open field battle, you've got to be a bit careful that you don't get them killed. And you've got a limited amount of time to use them, because the enemy will probably attack and stuff. So this is the perfect situation for them, really. Is this kind of situation where we can just sling our rocks from the comfort of our own little space. And they're also even better in a defensive siege, which is a little bit perturbed that poor old Zixus doesn't have these guys. If he had a unit of these, 3 units of these guys, Zixus as well, it really tipped the odds so much further heavily in his favour. He should be fine with a full stack defending now, but having the benefit of these guys would be just that added boon. So this is a patience thing. I've got the patience of a saint when it means that I've got an advantage, so I do apologise if you are thinking, oh my god, this is just like, what? Watching paint dry. I do apologise. You can skip forward, of course. In the meanwhile, we'll just get a bit of close-up action. Look, we've got the night effect, you know, the lighting. We've got the dead bodies. This round shield cavalry unit's only got 20 horses left out of the however many it had to start with. So we've really literally whittled their numbers down significantly. So I'm kind of tempted to actually move my men into the city at this point, because I think we should be okay. Of course, I'm still very worried about the general's bodyguard, but we have spear. We have barbarian mercenary spear, which they're not going to be able to probably slaughter these guys, but if we can pin them in place in the middle here, and then maybe flank the general from the sides, that would be a pretty decent plan. We're going to suffer heavy losses to the infantry, but hey, it's likely that we can replenish those in the city itself. Anyway, these guys are just mercenaries, and that's what they're made for, to be expendable. And as I said, it's about preserving every last man as much as possible, so if we can lure the general closer with perhaps some fodder, get him a bit closer to the gate so that we can pepper him with these guys, that could be a plan. We'll try that. We'll try that. If we capture the walls, he may come. He may come. So they've got the general's bodyguard and the round shield cav. It's all cavalry, so if they all come and get hold up here, we'll kind of bring forth these guys round the backs and round the backs if we can. So I don't want any gaps here for the horses to get round. Mind you, we've got the potential for infantry to wrap around and fill in and plug the gaps if we need it. Right, we need to move forward. Move them guys forward. Put the general here. You can kind of come up and move around if necessary. Cavalry move a bit forward. Still not quite close enough. Let's just see. It's just about being close enough just to start the attack, because they'll move. As soon as we start the attack, they will move. So it's about just luring them in. And there we go. We've got them. We've got them. We took down. Right, now what I want these guys to do... Oh yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, this is it. This is perfect. This is perfect. There we go. Want these guys on guard mode. Guard position. There you go. They're coming in. The general's bodyguard is coming in. The slingers are firing in. The general's bodyguard is the main threat. Right, I want you guys to stop.
He does not stand but runs away. Is there any point in killing him?
No, come out. The only reason I want to pull these guys out is because they're going to fight to the death in the square. We need to get them routing. Right, we fire again. We fire again. We fire again. This is the general's bodyguard. I'm so sorry. This is cheesy as hell, but hey. Pathfinding in this game is a bitch and can work heavily against you. So you know what? In situations like this, I'll take a bit of cheese. You know what I mean? They come again. They charge again. I need to get the general before he gets back to the square.
The enemy general shows his value. He
Screw
is
it.
filled only by a desire to save his own skin.
Now we finish them. We have 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 them. Let's just get on board. Finish this job off properly. Slay the last couple of men. And this victory goes to the Balearic Slingers, my friends.
The enemy general shows his value. He is filled only by a desire to save his own skin. The gods smile upon you today. The enemy general has been killed and his men lose heart. Victory is yours, and no one can argue that it is not both well-deserved and
We lost
worthy.
32 men this day. I'd take that. I'd take that. Let's have a look at the stats. Oh, look at that. The Balearic Slingers causing quite the grief. Didn't get any experience though. That's rather sad. Surely they should have gained some experience. Anyway, it's not the biggest of numbers, is it? It wasn't the biggest of armies, but hey ho. Well done, Barbarian Mercenaries. Well done. And we actually healed some of our casualties too, so we lost even less. Well done indeed. Theopanis, I raised my Earl Grey tea to you, sir. You did a sterling job there. Obviously the Hasdrubal and... actually, you were one of the... You were the general, actually. Speaking of which...
Victory is ours, mighty one.
Speaking of which... you were the general that took Tingy. Yeah, you were, and you've obviously learned from the situation down there, because there was a bit of an issue down there when you first took Tingy. But you've obviously learned, and a masterful takedown. Now there was no instructions as to what to do with the populace once we had taken it, but the populace is on a red face right now. So we're certainly occupying what is going to prove more problematic than, for instance, extermination. But extermination is a bit extreme. They're very similar cultured people to us. They have the same units, for example, or some of the same units. So I'm going to take a bit of a medium ground here, and I'm going to enslave the populace. We disperse some of the population amongst our other settlements. We get a little bit of denarii, and hopefully that will just about placate the populace for the time being. Yeah, that should be alright. 95%. So what we're going to also focus on is obviously the cultural buildings that aren't in our favour. So, you know, we'll have to take a look at that. Take down some temples maybe and put up some of our own. We do have a captain here, just meandering around. But anyway, so we've got a little bit of profits to speak of now, which is quite nice, because we need to use those profits to build stuff. So let me get my paper back out again and see what we're doing after our slight success, because we're going to end the turn, and the next turn will probably be the last turn of the session, but we've got 2 battles, an extermination, lots of coin to use, so there's a fair bit for us to get through. So, right, Theopanis, your job for today is almost done. We shall finish off by looking at the tax rate of the settlement, which is normal, which seems about right. Can we retrain anybody here? Yeah, we can retrain our light shield, round shield cow. Of course, we don't need to retrain any of our units here because we have... we didn't lose that many. But in terms of the buildings that this place has, it's got it's got everything, basically. It's a very military orientated place. It's got the militia barracks, it's got the stables, it's got the archery range. It doesn't have the blacksmith, so it's kind of lacking a mines, for example, which would be great for income. It's got a temple, a shrine, a temple of Baal. Does it have a temple of Baal? Do they have temples of Baal here? It's got a tavern. Bear with me to determine what I'm going to tear down here. These are all classed as non-cultural things, but we can't demolish everything. And when we upgrade them, when the place upgrades, it will be fine. So we're not going to tear anything down other than the temple, market, land clearance, stables, a port, the sacred grove of Isus. Yeah, that's the thing. Tear that down, please. Tavern, roads, and a practice range. So yeah, we'll put our temple. I don't know what temple we're going to want here, but thinking maybe we should trade, shrine. I think Cordoba might well be our military. It's got a mines here, so I'm thinking again using this as a trade hub would not be a bad choice. Shrine to Tanit. I'll go Melkart, as is the common theme in these parts of town. Okay, so we've got 2,000 left to spend. An orange face because we've just torn down one of their religious buildings. Yes, and so we'll just once down the tax rate for a little bit. We'll show these people that we're not heartless. We didn't kill them, we just enslaved a few. And, you know, we're giving you an alternative temple. You should get used to it, don't worry. And we're going to lower your taxes for you as well. So, you know, come on. Get on side, people. Get on side. We're not monsters. You will soon grow to love us. And, of course, important thing is we have a port here as well now, which is pretty nifty. So, Carthago Nova is ready and rocking and rolling. So, we'll leave that as it is. Cordoba, of course, we're waiting to see what happens in the next turn in terms of attacks. Right then. So, we've got a bit of coin. What are we going to spend that coin on? Bear with me. Bear with me. So we've got the port building there, so that's done. Just going down my little list of things that I need to do today. What I'm actually going to do, I think, is kind of want a fleet around here. I'm sick of this. I don't like this. We can't recruit here, but we can actually recruit here. So if we recruit one of our ships here, one of our biremes, and then we recruit another bireme in the next turn, then we'll have two biremes here, a bireme there, and that can then be the shield fleet for this area. So we'll do that. We'll recruit the shield fleet from Carthago Nova, bring it down, and then we're done. So that's the shield fleet down here sorted for now. So everything there I'm quite happy with. So it's fine. Right, Palma. I want a port here. As a matter of urgency. For the trade, of course, more than anything, the extra trade routes that it offers. So the port in Palma is next priority. So that gives us 468 to spend. I'm happy to go over budget this turn because I know next turn we're going to be sacking a settlement, so I know we're going to have a bit of a coin to play with, so we can go a little bit over budget. So Palma is fine, Cirta is fine, Carthage is finished. Anything we build here is going to take a lot of time. We are taking the tax rate down. The population is suffering with squalor because we need to build the royal palace, but we're not going to build the royal palace just yet. We have another building that we want to build here first, which was the paved roads actually, and then we were going to go with the public baths, but we're probably going to get a better squalor solution if we actually build the palace. So we'll build the roads first, which will take 3 more turns, and then after the roads we will build the royal palace, which is going to cost a whopping 6,400. We might need to take out a small loan for that one. So Carthage is now building. Perhaps not the priority, to be quite honest with you, but hey, it's my city. Hasdrubal's in charge here, and Carthage must prosper, even if it's at the cost of a few other buildings elsewhere. Kralis is still fine. Carthage is now building. Thapsus it's kind of just happily going about its business, really. We do want some of these other buildings like the farm and maybe the sewers, maybe not get to the temple for the trade and stuff, but again, it's governorless and therefore it's kind of not the priority. Lilybaeum, Messana, Syracuse. Okay. Okay. I'm sure Theages is not very happy at the moment because all of the buildings that are earmarked for Sicily are on hold at the moment. Bazaars are next in line. They're 2,400 a pop, so they shall wait there nice and patiently.
Awaiting your command. Awaiting your command.
Be quick. Our patience is limited. You insult us.
Just thought we'd have a cheeky bribe attempt there, just out of interest. Okay, so that's fine. So everything else, pretty much building-wise, is okay. Lilybaeum and Thapsus are our second and third highest producing settlements in terms of income, so perhaps we should prioritise those above any others if we are looking at... oh, Demidi. Look at Demidi. What on earth is happening here? Is there a spy? Enemy spy? It's 69%. It's quite irksome, that. Right, I'm going to couple of units of peasants here, which will reduce the populace a little bit and provide more of a garrison. They're only cheap, of course. I'm thinking maybe even a spy, just in case there's an enemy spy. I can't see there being an enemy spy in here, this far out. We'll just go with that for now. In fact, if we go to auto-manage and put it on a... dynamic policy, balanced, yeah, dynamic policy, balanced, it just bounces it up a bit. So we'll put it on that for now and see what happens. Nepta's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So the final thing thing to sort out this turn is the fleets then, and then once we've sorted that out, we'll end the turn. Next session, next turn will be the last, and we'll see what the hell is going to happen. So, defensive shield fleet here is sorted. Right. Here we have Admiral Ashtartaton. He is going to come back pretty much to Carthage, or near Carthage for now, because he is going to be the central shield fleet. The central shield fleet is responsible for defending the ports of Corellis, or soon to be Corellis, hopefully, Carthage and Lilybaeum. So from any attacks from the enemy or blockades, he will be responsible for repelling those. For now, we will be recruiting a proper central shield fleet. This is a temporary one, and then he will be repurposed to attack the Julii as the Ligurian sword fleet. We're not going to be recruiting any fleets at the moment, given our finances and the situation elsewhere, but as soon as we have some free income, we shall recruit 3 biremes from Carthage to act as the central shield fleet, and then this will be repurposed and put to harassing the Julii very shortly. So 3 biremes for a central shield fleet in Carthage is a priority for the time being. Admiral Baal, I think that's this guy here. Yeah, he's just chilling out. Again, this is a temporary measure. We need to recruit 3 biremes in Syracuse to act as the shield fleet. I'm going to put him next to Syracuse for the time being, not in Syracuse, because I'm going to recruit the biremes in Syracuse to act as the proper shield fleet. And this is a Sicilian shield fleet. He will then be repurposed to attack the Brutii. Again, we're going to have to wait until we do that. This guy's coming back. Admiral Hamilcar, South Central Fleet. Admiral Hamilcar, is that you? Where's Admiral Hamilcar? That's you! Yes, indeed. Admiral Hamilcar. So he's just dropped off Theodeculus. He is going to move to Thapsus now that he's dropped off Theodeculus. I'm going to actually disband you. Can I disband you? I want to disband you. No, can't disband you. Won't disband you. Can't cook, won't cook. I don't know. Anyway, he's sailing back to Thapsus, Admiral Hamilcar. And he's going to act as the South Central Shield Fleet, which will be defending Thapsus and hopefully soon to be Lepsus Magnus ports against attack. So he's fine. I don't know why we can't get rid of you. I don't know. Is it because it's an admiral? You cannot thingamabobs them? You cannot disband them? Anyhow, we'll leave that for now. And Admiral Admetos, yes, he is coming back, and he's going to harass the Scipii once he's been repurposed as well. So he's coming back to get some triremes, some Thapsus, and then he will go further north. So I think the fleet situation currently is ticking along nicely, but until we get some mobile income, we can't actually recruit any fleets at the minute. So we shall just hang fire. Everything else seems to be fine. Nothing else to do with any of the agents, I don't think. The Proprietus, he's inside Croton. He's inside Cordoba. Jabal is inside Masana. He does need to move. You know what? This little lone Admiral Bathiace, just kind of chilling out, he's actually going to come up here. And we're going to drop the spy off that's in Masana over across to Capua and Rome. He can be a little transport fleet for now, seeing as we can't do anything else with him. So he'll go off and do that instead. Hiram Tunis at Siwa. He's still there for the time being. And Captain Lepsis Magna. Again, that's fine. I think we're done. Right, okay. In that case, let's end this last turn and see what happens. Although, given the fact that the skipper are constantly spying on Masana, I'm thinking maybe... Oh, he didn't quite make it, did he? Clear defeat.
Withdraw!
Oh, for God's sake, just leave us alone, will you? What's wrong with you people? I was about to say, although we have a spy in Masana and we're going to send him to Rome and Capua, perhaps, maybe, just maybe, we might want another spy in there, because the Scipii are sending a spy all the time to Masana. So counter-spying in Masana isn't actually a bad call at the minute. Oh, here we go. We're in trouble.
We're under siege.
We're in big trouble. Remember that film, Big Trouble in Little China? Oh, and they're going to Thapsus. That's exactly where they're going. Spanish ships are blockading the port. Oh, it's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. I hate fighting a war on multiple fronts. I really, really do. Right, oh, it's all horribly wrong. It's all gone so horribly, horribly, horribly wrong. Net term income 1400. We have got a port blockaded here. We have got a port blockaded here. We have got a port blockaded here. It is all just going so horribly wrong at the moment. Agent found. Where? Numidian agent. Where? Insert it. Oh my, all the way up there. Jesus. Settlement besieged. Cordoba's besieged. Yes, we saw that. A suitable husband. Gisgo Gades. 4 command. 34. 4 command and 1 follower. Okay, we have a new family member. Gisgo Gades. Holy smokes. Most advanced faction. Carthage. No wonder people want to kill us. Oh man. Right, okay. Let's just be patient. It's nothing to worry. There's nothing to worry about, Zixus. There's nothing to worry about. You're just beset by 2 full stack armies. What on earth are you going to do about it? I don't believe it. Right, let's start from west to east then, shall we? As we always do.
Sire,
Can we bribe you?
I can't.
Be quick.
No.
Our patience is limited.
We can't bribe you. You're gonna have to have the fight of your life, Zixus. You're going to have the fight of your life. You are attacked by Brennus, the faction leader of the Gauls. He is attacking you, and he's probably going to be reinforced by his ally, Luco, the faction heir of the Spanish. If he isn't, great, I think we're fine. If he is, 2 pretty much full stack armies against you, it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky. You might want to roleplay heavily this week, because it might be your last week, my friend. You could be dead soon. What can we do about this?
Ships ready.
We didn't retrain him, so he can't really fight at the minute. He can't really fight. Can't do anything about this. We can do something about this, kind of, because we can get another 2 biremes, perhaps. Get 3 biremes here and send them down, and let's sort this out. At the moment, this turn, we're kind of a bit scuppered. But we are resolving this. We will resolve this. Don't worry. It looks bad now, but I'm telling you, in a few turns' time, the Gauls will be vanquished, the barbarians will be repelled, the ships will be gone, and everything will be so flippin' rosy. I hope. Right, okay. Let's turn our gaze away from this this car crash of a situation, and let's look towards here instead. Oh, look, a captain is coming round. Well,
Sire, at once.
we might see if we can intercept this captain and just bribe him away. We don't want any further troops coming to support this thing, so if he does meander any further this way, we'll bribe him away. Well, they'll come to our side, but then we'll disband them, just to prevent any further support coming in to assist the situation. Carthago Nova, we have the ship's building, we have a little bit of public order, we have everything sorted here. Where do we go from here? Well, this is the building situation. I'm thinking possibly mines, maybe. There's also farms and roads, sewers, temple. Let's upgrade the temple. Let's just keep going with the temple. That will help with the culture spread and stuff. And that should keep us occupied for now. But Theopanus, conqueror of Carthago Nova in such a patient and highly efficient style, your services may be needed a bit further east. Discuss with Lixus Violetta. How are you going to resolve this problem between you? You might have time to actually come and kind of... If they don't attack straight away and wait a couple of turns, you might be able to get across to assist here. You don't know. You're going to have to sort it out, mate. You're going to have to sort it out. We've got major problems here. But anyway, that's the situation in the west. It's just bubbling along nicely, I'd say. Tingi, of course, we're not going to build anything in Tingi at the moment. That's hardly a priority right now. Okay, still building in Pserta, so that's fine. Palma is getting its port, so that's also fine. So we're quite happy down there. Demidi has got a green face finally, so that's fine. And so's Nepta, so that's fine as well. Of course, Carthage is building, so that's fine. But what isn't quite so fine in Carthage's area is the fact that this is happening right now, and I'm thinking that given that they're attacking us in plain sight of Admiral Ashtar-Tiayaton, I'm thinking that the situation is that he's probably going to beat us, because if he's weaker than us, why would he attack us in plain sight of our shield fleet? I don't know, but we're going to have to test the theory. Oh no, we're stronger. Clear victory. You're damn right, sir! Get out of here! You blasted dog. And that, my friends, is the bonus of having a shield fleet. Well done, my master of ships. Of course, when we have enough movement points to... Get out of it! Woohoo! We sunk some brute. We sunk some... We sure... I can't speak. We sunk... some Julii ships. Excellent. Right. We come back. We retrade. Ooh, it's taking some coin. It's taking some coin. And look! Gisco Gades has come to the fold. A superior commander, a good defender, a social drinker, a bureaucrat, and he's been in the wars. He's 34. And who exactly did he marry? He married one of Burrus's daughters, Burrus's younger daughter, so he is my kind of nephew-in-law, Gisco Gades. You know what that means, folks? That means there's going to be another family member available in the roleplay. If you're interested in roleplaying as him, drop me a message on Discord. Also, there is a waiting list, or there was a waiting list. I'll have a quick look, and if anybody's... I'll message the people that... showed initial interest, and if they're still interested, then they will get first refusal. So yeah. But if you are still interested in taking part in the roleplay for family members, just drop me a line and I'll add you to the waiting list. So, Gisco Gades, interesting indeed. A new family member, and he looks pretty decent. So there you go. Okay, so fleet done there. Excellent. One more turn until Corrales has to make a move. Or not, as the case may be. So that's going to resolve itself in the next session. Carthage is fine and building. That's fine. Thapsus. Okay, this is the situation that this is the issue. These guys are clearly heading towards Thapsus, aren't they? The answer is yes, they are. Gisco Gades. Can you make it in one turn? Oh, they can. Oh, they can. Interesting. Kind of tempted to take Gisco Gades down there. Hasdrubal can make it. Oh. You know what? You know what? You know what?
Onward.
Wow. The population don't like the fact that Hasdrubal's done a bunk on them, but you know what? He can make it this turn. I'm debating whether to take him down to Thapsus, recruit another unit of Town Watch here, maybe get some mercenaries on the way, haul him, bring him inside, and him, together with the ragtag band, will be able to repel this. Quite easily in fact. I cannot afford to lose another settlement to these idiots. Right, Carthage, tax rate, Gisco Gades. If you're going to play as Gisco Gades in the roleplay, you've just been handed control of Carthage. Because the faction leader is going places. He cannot allow this to happen. Right, how much coin we got? 1100. Right, that's just a bit of repurposing here. Gisco, take that off. The fleets, just hang fire for now. We can recruit these in the next... we can sort them out in the next turn. Oh, do you know what? We're not exactly poor, are we? I like to keep a healthy surplus, but I think sometimes you've got to just take the bull by the horns. So, 1, 2, get you guys in. Get you guys... Oh, that's going to screw up the situation, because now we don't have enough movement points, because we've used them to... Okay, fine. Get your backside in there. He can't get in there. It's these guys that are slowing us down, I think. Yeah, it's them guys that are slowing us down. So what we'll do is we'll now have to disband them. Rather unfortunately, which is a waste of money, because we won't get that back. He's now got a set of horses, a set of town militia. We'll get another set of town militia. Okay. And if they do attack next turn, we will have 3 units of town militia, a set of horses, and the mighty Hasdrubal to face down the Numidian threat. In the meantime, Carthage is just holding station with Gisco. Okay, excellent. So Hasdrubal has done a bit of a manoeuvre. He's done a bit of a manoeuvre. So that's going to be interesting roleplay for me. Retinue expands. Hasdrubal's got a mercenary captain, in fact, as well. Excellent job indeed. Excellent job indeed. Right, okay. Finishing off then, I think Sicily still is not going to get any further buildings, because at the moment we don't have the coin. Wait to see Theages' face in the next next roleplay session. And he's been blocked from building anything. Okay, right, let's finish this session in style then. The first thing is this situation here. I don't think this is going to be a problem. It should not be a problem. It really should not be a problem, but I do fear for the auto-resolve in this game. It should be straightforward. Bit of Iberian infantry and Libyan spear casualty, but that's fine. Exterminate the populace. Gives us a bit of surplus coin, which is nice. We're going to take the tax rate down for the time being. Get this pace on a green face whilst we take stock of the situation. We will wait here a turn. Shrine to Hermes, no. We will demolish that. And instead we will put our own shrine up. It's a port town, so I'll just go with the age-old situation, which is a shrine to Melkar. If you want to change your mind, Bommelkar, then fine, but for now is there. We are going to then merge the troops. Can we auto merge? Disband? No. Merge the troops, there you go. And he wants to kind of pretty much move swiftly on to Siwa he does and leave behind the non-full garrisons, so he would essentially do something like this. Cyrene would then have that. Probably recruit... can't even recruit any men because it's so small. But there are signs of the enemy in the area, so what we're going to actually do to start with is probably just about here. Build a watchtower to get a right eyeball on the situation. And then we're going to wait right here with Bommelcar, and he can determine what he wants to do next. Because we don't want to leave Cyrene so underdefended that they could just counterattack it. So I think we're going to have to attack these guys and take these guys down, and then with the watchtower and him moving this way anyway, I think he has pretty much a decent sight on everything that's going on in the area, so he can still happily move on without fear of things happening. You can recruit just one set of Libyan mercs here at the moment. Interesting. Okay, so there, we're going to leave the situation right here, but yes, we have now Cyrene added to our list, which is 100% glorious. Resistance indeed is futile. The Numidians are feeling the full weight of our wrath. Indeed. And final piece of business then is right here. Theodecalus. 2 family members in here. And a family member outside as well. That's 3 family members. Now I'm debating what to do here. I'm thinking we don't have those lovely Balearic slingers that we had before that we can just pepper the inside of this place. There's two choices here. I think I'm going to leave this session here. There's 2 choices here. We could either attack the army outside and draw everyone out and have a field battle. 3 generals and 2 javelin men. We could bypass and attack Lepsis Magna and attack it with our elephants, bash down the gates. He will reinforce, but we will be fighting it as a siege battle. Why would we want to have a siege battle? And a battle on the field would be far, far better. The only worry is they've got 3 generals, but we've got a set of elephants, right? We got elephants. We've got hoplites. We've got spear as well, so we're not massively ill-equipped to deal with the generals. I'm going to take an executive decision here, I think. It makes no sense to fight behind walls and give them that advantage. Pathfinding with elephants behind walls is an issue. I think we need to do it this way. I think we need to do it this way. Victory! I still think we need to do it this way. I want to fight in the field. It will be better for us. Can we hit him? I don't want to attack the settlement. I want to attack the general here. We're blocked. We're blocked by the settlement. We have to attack the settlement.
Engage the enemy.
Let me see this.
Begin the siege.
We could assault. Okay, we've got this. This is not difficult. The only unit I'm concerned about losing is some of the elephants, but we're quite near to Carthage, so we could get them replenished if necessary. We have a significant advantage here. This is where the auto-resolve screws us over, right? Nah, of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. Right, Carthage is sustained. 15 elephants, you see? That's the only issue with the auto-resolve, is that they screw your units over. But the time of the session is like almost an hour, and I don't even know how long it's going to be. I don't even know how long it's going to be, so I cannot sit here and have another half an hour battle. I've got to do some gardening today, unfortunately, before football. Right, so we have it. We have it. We have it. We have it. We are occupying the settlement, and look at that. Their family member sits outside, gawping, thinking, what the hell has just happened? Well, I'll tell you what the hell just happened, my friend. Justice has bloody well happened. You dog. Okay, right, I'm going to end it there. 2,702 net income. Oh, well, we're back on an even keel then. That's nice to know. Let's have a look. Admiral Himmelkar. Just finish this off. Theodecalus, you've done it. You've done it. You've done it. You've done it, sir. You have done it. Well done. Conquer.
Ships ready.
Why is he going all the way over there? Oh, because he was merging. Right, he's going to Thapsus.
Ready to sail. Yes, my
So he's going to be this shield fleet for Thapsus and for Lepsis Magna. I'm going to actually disband
ready to sail.
one of these, actually, if you don't mind. Just have the four for now is fine. We're just trying to shave a few costs off at the moment. You know what I mean? Got the shield fleet there, temporary shield fleet there, temporary shield fleet here. I don't know what the hell's happening with him. Oh, we can disband him. I was doing it wrong all along. Right, there you go. Oh, he was going to ship the spy across. Oh, I've flipping hell screwed up. Sorry about that. Okay, that's fine. And what's happening with this guy? Admiral Admetos is coming across to get to cause the Skippy Eye some grief. Okay, so he's coming up here for a little bit of repurposing for now. Okay, excellent. Excellent, excellent. Right, there we go. So it's things are looking not too shabby. We have a little bit of coins. Do you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give Sicily a little bit of a reprieve. We can afford some sewers down here. We've got the sewers in Messana. Yeah, we've got that. So a bazaar in Lilybaeum. Do you know what? Do you know what? Where is it? There you go. Okay. There you go. I don't want to feel anybody's wrath, you know. So a bazaar there. In fact, let's just double check everywhere that we possibly can. Turn income. Oh, what about Thapsus? You know what, Thapsus as well? Does Thapsus need anything? I'm thinking a temple, a large temple of milk out there. Hasdrubal comes in and is like, what's happened to this? What's the state of this bloody temple? No wonder the gods are beseeching us. Get it built, will you? Get it bloody well built. So a temple being built there. That leaves us with, yeah, a little bit of a deficit. The coffers are just shrinking slightly, but hey, it's all is fair in love and war. As soon as we capture Corrales, we'll be fine. As soon as we've lifted the sieges over here, the blockades, we'll be fine. I think we're just ticking over. Just riding out a few bumps in the road, you know? It is what it is. Right, the next session, of course, I will upload ASAP. Will be the roleplay overview, where I will just tidy things up now and then give you an overview of the roleplay situation, or the campaign map situation at least, because things have changed a little bit. But yeah, otherwise, thank you for watching, and until next time, hopefully we will have some good news over here. Until then, see you soon.